It is open, my friends. Battles have yet to begin. Laughter will be had in gales and floods, but if not, at least there will be blood. The sorrow and loss may abound. We'll do our best to hold this hallowed ground.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Albarian where we play TTRPGs and have a hoot on YouTube. We left this intrepid group off negotiating their way out of the containment facility that they found themselves trapped in. Yogo communicated with the Cloud of Death, learned that it is in fact a sentient being, considers itself many, not just one. Doesn't quite consume things, but more integrates things into itself. Lots of information was learnt. Unfortunately, it is not a location they could feasibly hold. So after disabling the release mechanism and negotiating their way out safely, they find themselves trudging back up to their own front lines, having negotiated safe passage with the individual who was there to talk to them. He's accompanied you the entire way, along with a couple of the cats, and all the automatons with a few more that have joined you along the way. While you are traveling, is there anything you'd like to say or do?
Yeah. Let's get that long rest, you know?
Well, you eventually get escorted back up. And there's a point where he stops, turns, looks at you all, looks at you, Schnauzbeben. Well, negotiator, this is where we part our ways. Beyond you is a dead man zone. The in-between of your forces and ours. Thank you for conducting yourself with as much honor as you could. It is a shame that your companions cannot be as good as you.
It is my pleasure. And I try to shake his hand with one of these double handshakes, you know.
He
Handshake, then grab his hand.
reaches out. This would be the first time you'd actually see. I know I gesture a lot, but he's been very still. First time you see his hand pop out. Very armored, gauntleted. Not quite black armor. When you look at it, it is more of a deep, deep purple. He shakes hands with you. Your hand really only covering two of his pinkies, or two of his fingers. Until we meet again. Perhaps
Indeed.
it will be for a situation like this again.
Very possible, very possible.
He leans up and turns to Lady Optulla, gives her a bit of a bow and says, I look forward to fighting you. Smiles and steps back. She just gives him a smile, very mocking one. Looks at you now on the gurneys. And the other Optullan guards join. Start grabbing sides. You all walk through the dead zone. Eventually start catching sight of people wearing similar uniforms to yourselves, looking at you with a quizzical look. They're whispering between each other, with themselves. get the sense that many of them are a little curious to see the fact that they had a squad so deep in the lines of the enemy. But they're
I'm gonna
also
talk to
looking
Lady
at
Optulla
the
here.
3 dead bodies that you're all carrying. Yeah, what are you saying to Lady Optulla as you're walking back to your HQ?
So, Iago here had some conversations with that death mist that might be important.
And you're
we
only just
maybe-
now telling me? No.
Well, I mean, we were around the enemy for a little while.
No,
so.
that's fair point now. I'm carrying a friend. A little
It's to
flustered
make you
right
feel
now.
better. Because it wasn't for nothing. Maybe.
The
Iago,
fortunes could be made
can
off of
explain.
maybes. Well, Iago. She kind of turns as she's
So,
holding this, now behind her, holding one half of the gurney, her in the front holding the other half.
I talked to Threadthal, and they
He's got a name.
yeah, they do, yeah. It's a sentient gas. It's a very deadly sentient gas. The thing is, it's not as deadly as we thought. I mean, it's still deadly to how we perceive life to be, but it turns out that long story short, they don't believe they're killing people when they consume people. They believe, and probably truly are, in fact, joining the consciousness of whom they consume to themselves and growing. Very complicated. However, I tried my best to explain to them that is something that people like us fear. And maybe people don't fear death, but the best way to explain to someone who doesn't understand that kind of feeling is to try and explain it as fear. It didn't even understand what fear was. So, end result, I let it know that there is a place it could call home that was not here, but it felt safe and comfortable where it's currently at. So, unless the enemy knows how to force it to do something, I don't think we have to worry about it right now.
So, wait. If I'm understanding you correctly here. If they do manage to fix what you did to it, the control mechanism, that is, and they release it, we don't need to worry about it.
There is a pretty high chance it just simply won't go anywhere.
Pretty high chance, but there's still the chance.
Oh, there's always the chance. I mean, there's the chance that an old person somewhere could have a heart attack and die.
I imagine all of you just look at Schnauzboot for a second.
See,
You know what?
that's
That's a
the
fair
whole thing
point.
here. Yeah.
And
How
there's
we
also a
perceive
chance that this
things can be-
entire world could get reset at any moment too.
Yeah, that too. What? Wait, hold on. What?
Oh,
Not while I'm around.
you're too young for that. Don't worry about it.
Oh.
So,
Okay.
that all
yeah.
being said, we maybe did disable the button permanently.
And even if you didn't, it understood that while we still feared it, we were not there to keep it captive. We were there to disable it from being able to kill us, which hopefully I was able to explain to it that we aren't an enemy. However, it definitely knows that it is, while it feels safe and can consider it home, it is in fact a prisoner. So the ones keeping it there are not good. So it'll probably just attack them, and then I told it to come find me in the marshes otherwise. So it'll leave this area if it does end up leaving its containment.
Oh, you're right. That's not nothing. Thanks for your efforts, Iago.
Iago nods like a bird would nod. Very quick.
Bless you, dog.
Bless you, River. Raven. River's the cat. With a different person entirely. You all find your way back up to the HQ. The Trulan guards and another guard take the gurneys from you all.
Can I ask my favorite question that you hate now?
Go for it.
How much time has passed between the end of comment and right now?
It's about 2 hours.
2 hours. Thank you.
Yeah, it's a lot quicker and a lot easier. It's not going to be effectively a short rest because you're actively moving, heightened tension of you're moving through enemy territory for the majority of that time. But getting up into your own territories and then through after the 2-hour basis. Lady Optulla does say that, or does direct you all with her to immediately meet with Governor Optulla. When you come into this study room area, it's essentially just part of the barracks that's been cordoned off with some fabric. As the fabric's been parted, he looks up, stands up, rushes around, gives Lady Optulla a quick hug. Like, you're safe and fine. We heard some clamor, the fact that some people are being escorted back to our area, but they didn't tell us who. You're at the worst there for a while. Tell me something was successful.
Well, maybe.
Yeah, so we got to the failsafe. We disabled the failsafe, which admittedly can be repaired. But I think more importantly, Iago here. Iago, why don't you just explain this bit? Because, yeah, it might be best if you just explain this bit.
And
Yeah,
fast
yeah,
forward the reel. So
Exactly.
listen For a full
Repeat what you told
So yeah,
Goose.
And so then we got out of there, negotiated a free pass on that. So it seems like the reason that we went down there to neutralize that threat has been dealt with. So in that sense, it was a success.
Lady Optulla filled in a few details just to make sure he's completely covered on everything that happened. And he's sitting back behind his desk again, taps it a few times. You didn't get the name of the loan and the man you're negotiating with?
Considering the
Yeah, that was a very odd choice.
situation, it didn't. It felt like a poor negotiated move to give my name, and then when I didn't give my name, he didn't give his name.
The great negotiator, our Snozboop here.
You'd be surprised now on some of his negotiation skills. We've seen him talk his way out of things many times. But in this
I'm
case,
sure.
I would agree with Nal. That was an oversight. I don't know this figure. I don't know who they are.
Well, if it's helpful, he was very concerned about honor and had a dark purple armor.
He looks at Lady Optulla.
And you know, the general lion and pompous ass about him, you know?
I would not
Excuse
say
my
any
language.
of those things.
Who wants to roll a d20 for me? I feel like it would be more fun to have one of you roll for his history check.
Who wants it? I'm ready.
Go for it. You got it.
19.
19.
Pew.
You sure it was dark purple armor?
Yeah, I shook his hand as we left, and it. Well, he had been keeping his hands in his pockets, but he came out and shook my hand, and.
You didn't happen to see his breastplate, did you?
I don't know, did I?
Give me a perception check with disadvantage
To see his breastplate?
to remember his breastplate. Having
Can
saw
Did you
it.
come in?
You can as well. It will still be at disadvantage.
And I will too. How is that even possible?
It'll be a fun note. If you add my 2 dice together, that's the number that I ended up with. 15.
I got a 12 because both of my die were 6s. So either way, I got
15.
12.
And a 12.
21.
And a 21.
Hey, your dice add together to make 12 as well.
As well. Yeah.
Matt,
Can I add my dice together and take that instead?
Yeah, for real.
Especially with how high you rolled on those dice there. Let me just get to... With you now, you are at just bad angle. You can confirm the fact that it is a deep purple armor set, but you weren't quite at the right angle to see the breastplate. With you beat Schnorzboop, you were very direct on. It was only one hand out. You saw a little piece of it, and it looked to be a bit of a crescent moon, just on the outside of a circle.
Moon Knight. Oh no.
For I took a little moment for my brain to catch up with. For you, BT, though, you were at a better angle, off to the side, able to see inside. You do have dark vision, so the darkness didn't matter. Just you missed the colorization of the armor inside, but with the hand coming out, easy peasy. You can confirm. The rest of it, half of it, is what you saw. There seems to be it was like a star shape in the center, with a circle around and a couple of pivot points poking out. And in between those points that are poking out of that circle around the star in the middle was different faces of the moon. So part of it would be crescent, then half, then... What is it called when it's not quite full? No idea. Not quite full one.
Waning? Is that a waning moon?
That's it, waning moon. Then a full moon, and then it just kind of looked as though it repeated that process on the outside.
Okay, I'll explain it all.
After explaining that, he shakes his head a few times. No. That doesn't make any
Not here.
sense.
Not like that.
Why? It's the shape of the Savoth Dominion's logo, or emblem. But that doesn't make any sense, though. Why would one of them be over here? This is on the other side of the continent.
It's possible the Savoth are interested in whatever technology or experiments are happening here.
would we have known if he was primordial?
Oh,
Or
you would have.
attuned to a primordial? Yeah.
Yeah, those of you
Yeah,
who are
was he?
bonded with primordials would have been able to tell if he was attuned to one, and there was no sign of that.
Okay. Just curious.
Good question.
I don't know. We'll have to kidnap him and ask him next time.
Lady Optulla, after Governor Optulla doesn't say anything for a moment, speaks up. It does look like they're creating soldiers here. That could be why they're interested. But he has a position of authority. And he said he looks forward to fighting me.
He was very interested. Is one of the preliminary negotiations. We all leave and except you stay so he can fight you. I told him that was obviously a no-go, so we continued on.
All right. Well. Okay. Huh. Governor Optulla. Fight her. I suppose that does actually align. Well, sitting here and talking about that's not going to be deciding and figuring out why they're getting involved. It's nice to know that they are, I suppose. It's just a question of how they're getting here. That's something we'll have to figure out for another time. Look, what have you been going, Schnozby? I've been considering things. Our position here, where we're at, getting ourselves all figured out. With where we standing, we're not going to win this. We don't have the men. We don't have the position. Thanks to your efforts in securing that generator, we can keep our gateway open from here back home. Don't ask me how it works. Him looking mostly at BT. I'm not the mechanic. I'm just the one who makes things happen. You're more used to us using your words, not fighting on the front line. If you're to complete your side of the bargain we've made, we need you out there, not in here. I need an opening, a way of revealing that we're here, we exist, while gaining the support of the other nations. Otherwise, we can't tell them what's going on here. But we need that support and that aid. I can't leave. Lady Optulla can't leave. And no one else in my service is as good at talking as you are.
Well, I appreciate the compliment. I believe, though, that our agreement was that I would not tell people about you.
It's that you help forge a way for us to be accepted and able to live inside our lives as they've been. In no way did it actually have us not coming out into the open in that agreement? Much like
I mean,
parts of the thing that I didn't like in that. I would very much like to wiggle out of the fact that I told you I'd agree to fight by your side against whatever it is, and not just find out who they are. If that were the case, then we found out who they are. I could claim the Savoth Dominion as it.
just for clarity, I wasn't trying to wiggle out. I was just trying to see what it is that you needed. Because it sounded like you were telling me to do two different things.
Right. Right. He pulls his head in his hands. Just a bit exhausted.
But if you want me to tell the world about you
No.
with discretion.
Discretion. Schnozzboop.
Discretion. Got it.
Carefully. Get the doors open. Don't do the spreading yourself. I just need the doors open. And you've got the connections to the right people.
Okay. And just so I know I'm opening the right doors for you, what are we trying to do here? Just let people know, hey, this is kind of what's going on in this area, and they are peaceful and want to join, society as a whole. Is that?
Leave
what we're
that
shooting
part
for?
to us.
Oh,
What we need is aid. We need
okay.
allies. People to help fight this front. That's what I need you to do.
Gotcha.
But it needs to be told to the right people. And I don't have those doors.
I may know a guy, or three, or six. I might know some guys.
Nods, and
Or
that'd be why I'm
six.
asking you to do this.
Okay. Well then, and you guys will just stay here, keeping up the good fight. And right, so with that knowledge, in that case, best way to exit. Ideally, we'd be back in Pallius.
Can't manage that. Best I can do is get you back to Stitchery.
Well, that'll be a start. Yes, that will be a start indeed. All right. Fellas, speaking to the rest of the group, anything we forgot to mention or needs to happen before we leave? My memory isn't what is it
Before
used to
you,
be.
actually, this is just for you. And BT, if he wants to go with you, Niall's staying here. That was part of our agreement. He's joined our squad. He's part of our army now.
Yeah, unfortunately, that was part of it.
Oh,
And as for Yogo
well,
there,
fair enough.
if Yogo, if you don't mind, we'd like to keep you still under our employ with a contract that Schnozzboop here picked up. I think it would go well with the guilds if we've had an observer watching our fight. And not to mention, if we do manage to make it back down to the containment field, you're the only person I've ever known to communicate with one of those things. We could use you on hand.
I will 100% stick around with or without a contract. However, my contract with Snozboop ended quite some time ago.
Really? So
Yeah,
you're just
I was only contracted to
Here.
take them through the march.
Good man, Iago. Good to have
Hey.
around.
Very good, man.
With that
Right.
in mind, we did spend a fair amount of gold getting here, and we're gonna have to get new guides to get us back.
This is Snoz, I know. Anyway,
Are you able to fund that at all?
Schnosby, the states of Optulla have been at war with the Norg for over 6 years. What makes you think I've got any coffers? What do you mean by sizable amount of gold? Give me a number, and I might be able to answer that.
Okay.
He looks stressed. For the rest of you, engaging with Schnosbu stresses him out.
Okay, here we go.
As it should.
I spent 2,000 gold personally just to get here, so that would be great if that could be covered. Might ease our way to get back as well.
Give me a persuasion check. Just straight roll.
Okay.
And I will tell you now it's a very high DC.
Okay. 21.
21. He buries his head in his hands, rubs it up, looks at you while pulling the bottom of his eyelids down. No. I can't give you 2,000 gold. Those are your expenses. Schnosbabe, I've seen how you handle negotiations when it comes to money. And these matters. You always overspend. Until someone starts making you stand on your own gold piles and your own feet, you're not gonna learn that. What I can
It's just
do
an
for
easy way
you-
to make friends. But go ahead.
Money doesn't buy friends, it just makes a temporary acquaintance more agreeable. He leans over and pulls out a flute. What I can do is give you a ruby.
Ruby.
He proffers the flute to you. I'll let her do the introductions herself.
Hello?
Oh, hello. You're Schnosbu, I take it.
That's me. And you're Ruby, I take it.
That's me.
Well, how interesting.
What? The fact that I'm Ruby, or the fact that I'm a flute?
The latter, actually.
Would you be surprised that I chose this?
I would be surprised, actually.
Oh,
Why did you
good.
choose this particularly?
It's a service I can do.
Well, that was actually going to be my next question, and is good to know. What I meant was, why did you choose flute?
Oh, right. I didn't.
Ah, okay, fair enough. But you chose to be in the flute.
I chose to be in an enchantment, which is now attached to what looks like a flute. Spend a little time with me, and I might reshape how you want.
Very interesting. Snozboob has some concerns because the last instruments he had was a demon person who tried to kill us all. He's trying to figure out if he should have similar concerns in this situation.
Give me an insight check.
Okay, cool. That's a 10.
10. Yeah, you've got those concerns. I mean, right now, what you're feeling from them is a genuine state of curiosity, a little jovialness, and maybe a little shenaniganery inside their voice. But it's not like Liam. Liam was always a very sad presence. This is
true,
much
true,
more
true.
upbeat and positive. So take that as you will.
Okay. Let me ask you some follow-up questions, Ruby, if you don't mind.
I don't mind at all.
One, before you were a flute, what were you?
I was a demon,
Okay, cool.
as you might equate us. That is. There are some specificities to what we are, but over here it doesn't really matter that much.
If I said I like peace and pacifism, what are your thoughts on that?
I like communication and understanding. I don't judge
Okay.
people should they go towards aggression as their solution. But I think every avenue should be first discussed before that happens. It shouldn't be an impulse.
Interesting. I assume I can talk to Philemon in my head. Is that a fair assessment?
Oh, yeah.
All right, cool. I'm gonna sort of switch channels.
Oh, your
and-
presence seems to have shifted a little bit. Interesting.
Yeah, one
Curious.
moment. I'm gonna talk to my other colleague, and talking to Philemon. It says, "Well, Philemon, buddy, I mean, you're the one who was stuck. All different parts of you with Liam there. What do you think about this here arrangement with Ruby? I mean, it could be beneficial, but I don't want us to get stuck again."
There's something different with her, but I don't quite know. I think I would have to spend some time with her to understand.
Okay. Why don't you join this here thought meeting? We can get
You
that
want
going.
me to interrogate her? You gonna be a good cop? I'll be the bad cop.
Why
Well,
don't
no,
we both
You gonna be a
good
good
cops?
investigator? I'll be the bad investigator.
We will
Let's
both
fix
be
the
good
cop, yeah.
investigators. Okay, let's do it. Switch channels. Ruby, this is Philemon,
Oh,
friend
hello,
of mine.
Philemon. Hi. You're different. I know.
He had some concerns because the last demon instrument that we were friends with
Right,
tried to kill him.
yes. Liam, I'm so sorry about
yes.
that. He was a little broken.
Indeed. So I just wanted to bring him in on this as well, since he's going to be in the mix. So I just want to get his say on the things as well. So from there, we're gonna figure out information, what have you.
Philemon, what exactly are you? You feel different. Oh, I'm a little shred of a primordial. They start having a conversation at the back of your head.
Perfect. Okay. Well,
Can help you. I hope.
Well, I'll definitely give her the chance. Thank you so much for that. All right.
The other side of my giving her to you is so that you can understand that Liam was a fluke. It's not how they're supposed to work.
Was it the torture?
I know that, unfortunately,
Was it the
part of
torture?
the process. To be honest, we're not quite sure what it was, but we're trying to figure it out.
Very good. Well, in that case, I think I'm ready to go. Lead the way, or show me the way, or point me in the right direction.
Right. Stands up from the desk and hands you an envelope. Don't open this yourself. Give it to the person that you're going to be talking to.
What if I'm talking to multiple persons?
Give it to the first one.
Fair enough.
And because I know you, and I know what you've done with things like this in the past, I do have something on here that will let me know when it's opened. So please, don't open it yourself.
Fair enough.
Right.
He hands it to BT and I open it.
It melts your face off like the Ark of the Covenant.
It
Yeah.
explodes. Schnollsboop and BT, actually, both of you are passive insights. Oh, wait, no, insight. I'm looking at investigation. Not BT, never mind. Schnollsboop and Yago. You two, your passive insights are high enough to tell that he genuinely was very stressed and worried about giving Schnollsboop a task like this. But with the conversation and how it's gone, he's feeling a lot more relaxed. And there is a sense of, after Schnollsboop takes the envelope and agrees to not open it himself, he does sigh a little bit, and his shoulders droop in a little bit more of a less tense posture. Okay.
No fear, old Optulla. You put your plans in good hands.
You know, I really do believe that. But I also know there's a chance of chaos with you.
Snozzo's not going to say anything to that.
He guides your group back towards that gateway.
Just me and Big Tin, I assume, yeah? The other fellas are staying.
Lady Optulla's joining me. The other two, if you'd like to go and see them off, you can, if you'd like. But Lady Optulla and Governor Optulla are both going with them towards this giant gate that is still active. Now for BT, when you look at it, Governor Optulla doesn't understand, but you build an understanding quite quickly. Mainly because you understand this technology when it was created and have most of the designs kind of loosely concepted inside your databanks. That functions like a dimension door for between two fixed devices. They have an extended range, but it is only possible through these devices. If it
Gotcha.
was off when the anti-teleportation stuff was initiated, you're not sure what that would do to it. Like, your calculations are there's a chance it wouldn't even turn on. Like, they would have to boost power to it in some way to try to force through that energy. But it's not directly transportation or teleportation. It is transportation through an advanced way. But that's mostly because you were asking some very keen and pointed questions that were very, very good. I like getting into the nitty-gritty things, and not every player usually asks about them.
I have to master
Yago
all
does
of it.
go.
Yeah. But it's still functioning, and you can see through it on the other side is the room that you all departed to get here.
Well, Snozboop. Catch you on the other side of this, I guess.
Indeed. And don't forget about my loan, but it'll be all right for a long hold on that, no problem.
Yeah, he'll
Before
charge
you
the
leave,
interest.
I'm gonna say, oh yeah, let Julia know what the situation is and that I'll meet him back at Pallius.
Will do, indeed, will do.
Take her easy, Snozboop, I say as I throw on my sunglasses
Indeed.
and light a cigar.
I'll be back.
It's been fun. Enjoy whatever comes next.
And, Iago, I do hope you become friends with the death gas. I think it would be so fun and enjoyable and full of friendship. So I hope that goes well for
Yeah.
you.
Thousands of
We're gonna
friends.
start calling it the alternate form of life gas rather than the death gas, because I guess technically from their perspective it isn't death, it's something
It's
more.
the AFLG.
Oh yeah,
Alternate form
the
of life
AFLG.
gas.
Folks, only in absurdist comedy and can you get an exchange like you just saw. I hope you become friends with the death gas.
So, something I realized as well, and a little point of order here. BT, do a quick history check for me.
Okay. Two.
Is that cocked?
10. Yeah, it depends on how you look at it. I'm going to count as a 10.
Count as a 10, okay. Then that'll count for the general delay in information basis, but you were, I believe, present when Iago said the name of the gas. And at this point, while they're talking about it, it pings. Threadthal was a city during the Gene Wars, located where the marshes are at, fairly close by. And that is something you would intrinsically understand as only information you would know, because those maps have been lost to these people for hundreds of years.
Hundreds of years, yeah. Okay. So they
Just
adopted
holds
the
on to
name of
that
the city.
information. Just
Yeah.
hold it in. Just think.
Just-
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Anyway,
Neat.
Anyway, we kept on blasting. But after your little goodbyes, you walk through the portal and find yourself in the cool environment of Stithrith again. Very different location. At this point, party
I'm
is
out of
over.
there.
Big, giant festival that's been going on for days now is done. You hear the general bustle of life as we know it carrying on outside as I figure out where my buttons are. Snozboop and BT from Stitcherith. Where do you go? What do you do?
Where do you want to go, Snoz?
Can you
Yes.
give me a map on the old Roll20?
Yeah. About to go there. Where did I put my maps? Oh, I swear. Here you go.
Ah,
Find yourself in Stitcherith, which is on that map, because it's the capital.
mhm.
Where do you
Go
go
to
from
the
there?
litter box.
I think the best course of action would be to backtrack and see if I can find what is her name? Angelica? Is that right?
What are you looking for?
Shay. Shay's sister. Shay. Those tribesmen people we met in the swamps.
Oh, them. Yes.
So I guess I'll backtrack to where they left us. Try to find them that way. How long have we been
Great.
gone? Has it been?
You've been
4
gone a
days?
few days. I'll tell you
Well, a
this now.
lot's happened.
You've been gone a few days.
Mhm.
They are nomadic tribes. They move around a
Yeah.
lot. It would be, and you and BT are not really equipped to navigate the marshlands.
Right.
That's something
why I
that
was
would
trying to
take
find-
a good amount of time to be able to organize, settle, especially in your position.
Mhm.
You don't really have any the strongest connections you have in Stitchwith are currently in that gene lab.
Right.
So getting there, go ahead and give me a general intelligence check. And do it with advantage, because I'll consider you and BT both kind of considering this at the same time.
Okay,
I mean,
21.
I could take us to where they were. That doesn't mean that's where they are.
Yes, you, BT, would know that the Globshack swamps are risky when it comes to teleportation. Because of the corruption stuff going on there. There's a higher chance that even you would not end up where you intended to end up. With
Yeah.
21, though,
Stop telling them that.
yeah, that's that information communicated. At 21, you would know that this would be something that would take longer than the summit and would probably take finding them with your current position would take longer than they would like it to.
Okay. We need to get back to Pallius.
That's not a problem.
Is it not?
No.
How are we doing it?
I can take
It's
us there.
far. Oh. Since when?
2 days ago.
Oh.
Something
Well.
clicked in the group consciousness, and we fully unlocked teleportation.
Ting!
All right.
It's like the
Very
toaster
good. Let's get out of here. In that case.
Okay, we're in the guild hall.
Little soft kick and pop. And you find yourself suddenly standing in the guild hall. Bustling, busy people moving around, quite a few faces that you don't even recognize. They look like tourists. Individuals who are just here to either engage in the guild hall as it is, or maybe new members. It's been a while since you've been back. But as you pop, a lot of people turn and look, and then turn back. And where we'll finish.
Can there be a secondary pop? Can we wrap this up finally?
Where we'll finish is another pop as a few more versions of BT show up in the same area. There's an exchange between all of them as the merging process begins again. And at the top of the stairs comes walking out the familiarly beak-masked shape of Pestilence. Puts his hands on the rails. Calls over the crowd. Nosboop McSnoogan. We need to talk. If you don't mind joining me in my office.
Perfect. I'll go to the office.
You too, BT. There's a lot to cover. And as you
Go back up.
all go up to the office, that's where we'll finish Nosboop's journey. And rehash with everyone having come back to the same location. We had a massive success.
Don't we still
Heartfelt
have to?
success.
Wasn't Big Ten gonna have one? I thought Big Ten was gonna have a on
That's-
the high seas adventure.
Schnozboop's journey. We will then be moving into the next, maybe conclusion to the campaign as we figure out what happens there. We will at that point, for everyone, have a new player. Fifth seat, right below me, is going to be covered. Someone's hopping in to take that spot. Some of these people will be playing characters that we know, and some of them might be doing some new ones. Who knows? As we move
I
into
don't
the
get to make a pirate, you say?
final
Old season,
arc
yeah.
of this story. We'll see you all later.
Got my
Bye
eye
for
patch out
now.
and everything, folks. No pirate character.
Bye.
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 The end may have closed for now. We hope you met a friend this go around. Tired and blurry you may be. We hope your minds are full from this revelry. May peace follow you out. May you return for more giggles